Hi everyone, it's me, Gabrielle here, the battling bard of Poedia, or toothpick girl behind the camera. And today, if I already made this video, then let me know if I already did. Some people might ask the question, how come we don't edit? How come we don't put transformations or special effects or an intro or an outro? Now, to answer this question, Gabrielle says, is first off, yes, we do have Microsoft Windows Movie Maker. We don't know where it's at on our computer, but we do have it. You know, it's either on one of the two start menus, the green start menu or the normal start menu. And when we don't want to use Microsoft Windows Movie Maker, it's because it doesn't explain everything. You have a risk of ruining your video by accidentally cutting out something when you really wanted to not cut out something. You know, if you're not knowing what you're doing or have never used a program like that before, then you might end up ruining the video instead of organizing it. Yeah, and even if you do manage to cut out all the parts you want to cut out, there is no way to take the two videos and put them back together. So basically, in other words, you just sliced your video, and you can't put the video back together. There's no way. And I'm not going to putz around and find out, oh, this is how you take two parts of a video and you join them back together. You know, I'm not going to go for all that rigmarole saying this is how you edit out this footage. This is how you take two cut parts of the tape and you put it back together. And let me tell you something, the processing time on processing the changes on Microsoft Windows Movie Maker, regardless of what regardless of no, this is in my face again. Regardless of what and now my fighting staff wants to start dropping on the keyboard, and it doesn't want to stay in my hand. Oh. Okay, so apparently in the processing time, no matter what version of Microsoft Windows Movie Maker you're using, basically takes a long time. Okay, now I know there's going to be some people saying, oh, you should go in and edit all of that times your fighting staff fell out of your hands and all you trying to put it back in your hands. Well, then you might say, oh, why not use YouTube Editor? Same thing. YouTube Editor doesn't explain. It doesn't give you a manual. It basically tells you, okay, this is what this does, but it doesn't give you a manual. And you think I'm going to putz around so I can jack up my video? No, I'm not going to sit there and putz around and say, oh, so this is how we edit out this. This is how we put this in here. You know what? Organizing a video, that's a choice, okay? And I don't want to sit around and have to play with YouTube Editor. No thanks. Another thing that I don't want to have to do is, well, I got a program called CyberCut Power Director 10. But as far as I'm concerned, I've only been able to record videos with it, and it only does an AVI, and it takes such a long time to upload them when you're using that file, even though the file's recognized and supported. So it's basically a hit and miss. You know, sometimes you end up working it where it works fine, and other times you just jack up your video. And if you're not familiar with how Microsoft Windows Movie Maker works with the editing, the slicing out of the video, if you're not familiar with how YouTube Editor works, if you're not familiar with CyberLink PowerDirector 10, then you have a cost of ruining your video, jacking it up. Now, for all you detractors out there who are whizzes, and you learned how to use Microsoft Windows Movie Maker or Final Cut or Macacam or ArcSoft Video Processor or ArcSoft Webcam Companion or Apple's Macintosh iMovie or PowerDirector, CyberLink PowerDirector 10 or YouTube Editor or whatever. Good for you. Just because you manage to organize your stuff doesn't mean I have to. Okay? And it's a pain in the ass. It's a risk of ruining your video, jacking something up, than actually making it good. Okay? So that's why I don't use Microsoft Windows Movie Maker. That's why I don't use YouTube Editor. That's why I don't use CyberLink PowerDirector 10. And that's why I didn't use ArcSoft Video Processor or ArcSoft Webcam Companion when we had those programs. Because the same purpose. Okay? So that's it. I'm Gabrielle, the Battling Bard of Poedia. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry for my fighting staff falling my hands twice. I had no control over it, and will not be editing it out. Good day.